Great. All right, so we are in our seated pose. Our feet are flat on the floor. Spinal cords are nice and elongated. Tummies are tucked in at the navel. Our feet are slightly hip distance apart. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Breathe in deeply. Exhale. Slightly gazing the eyes down or closing the eyes if that feels good. As we breathe our palms at heart center, coming into a seated prayer. As we slowly breathe our palms up in the air, fingertips flows towards the ceiling. I'm going to call the ceiling heavens. Fingertips flows towards the heavens, separating those palms. Our chest, our heart chakra is lifted, chin is up. Breathe in. Exhale, we're going to slightly turn towards the right. We're going to breathe our arms downward over our chair, over our lap, and gaze. Turn over that right shoulder. And just feel this twist in your spine for 4, 3, 2. Exhale, slowly back to center. We're going to breathe our arms out to the side. Our chest is lifted, our chin is up. Take a nice breath. Exhale as we turn our bodies towards the left, breathing our arms down over our chair, over our lap. And we're going to gaze over that left shoulder. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's exhale back to center, placing both of our palms on our laps. We're going to breathe our feet slightly further away from hip center. And we're going to slightly hinge, leaning forward, allowing our arms, our lower arms, our forearms to relax on our laps. We can also option to place our palms on a chair in front of us. So on our laps or on a chair in front of us because we are hinged forward. This is good for balance. Noticing that when we hinge forward, you'll feel this a little deeper in your inner thighs. Now, if we have our palms on our laps, we can breathe our palms downward towards the earth if that feels good, or a yoga block, or we can simply just allow our arms to flow and slide on our chair. See that there? We're coming deeper in that hip flexor. And we can breathe our chin to our clavicle, or we can slightly gaze up with our chin above the chair. Just taking a moment to feel and notice how this feels in our lower back when we breathe our palms in front of us. So now we're basically in an extended seated forward fold. Feel that there, we are wide-legged. And we're going to hang out here for 5, 4, 2, on 1, we're going to slowly come up, using our hands to lift our torso away from the chair. We're going to breathe our legs inward, taking a nice deep breath. Exhale. We're going to breathe our palms out to the side, extend them up towards the heavens, the ceiling. Chin is up. Interlacing our fingers together if we're able. Sometimes the singers can't bring their arms together, and we're going to slightly just allow our arms to flow towards the back of the room. You'll feel your pelvic bone tilt forward, your chest, your heart lift, chin is up. For 3, 2, exhaling back to center, breathing our palms together, palms come heart center. Relaxing those shoulders downward away from the ears. And we're going to breathe our palms on our laps. And we're going to do a couple of shoulder shrugs. We can do one forward, then the opposite. Or we can do both shoulders together. Whatever feels best for you. The shoulder shrugs, shoulder rolls are relaxing and soothing our neck, the upper parts of our bodies. For 4, 2, Finding that pause at 1. And then we're going to shrug or circle rotations to the opposite backs of the room. 4, 3, 2. We're going to find that pause at 1. Let's breathe our palms out to the side and let's connect our fingertips to our shoulders. We're going to keep that pelvic bone tilted forward, that chest, heart chakras lifted, chin is up, and we're going to rotate those shoulders forward. We are working on the shoulder health, the neck health for 4 breaths. Going as fast or as slow as your body chooses. 2 breaths. And we're going to find that pause at 1, and we're going to rotate in the opposite direction. 4 breaths. 2. Finding a pause at center, breathing our arms to the side, extending them up in the air, feeling that rotation here. Breathe in. Exhale, palms together. Exhale, seated salute, palms come heart center. Relaxing those shoulders downward, away from the ears. We're going to interlace our fingers and point our hands opposite direction and feel that stretch. Your flows, the fingertips flows away from you. Palms of your hands flows forward. 3, 2, 1. Breathe our palms up in the air, uninterlacing those fingers. Coming into that seated salute. Palms are above our heads. They are not together. For 2, 1. Holding this pose, we're going to breathe our palms out towards the side laterally, just nice and relaxed like a T. Our palms could be down or they could be up. And we're going to rotate our shoulders forward. What we are doing today is we are building strength in the upper parts of our bodies. Now, we can do these circular rotations, big or small, fast or slow, whatever you feel your body needs, for 4 breaths. 2, 'We're going to find that pause at center and rotate in the opposite direction. 4 breaths. 3, 'Finding that pause at center, we're going to breathe our palms in and hug our bodies, giving our bodies a little hug. This relaxes and soothes the muscles we just worked for 3 breaths. 2 breaths. We're going to uncross our shoulders, our hands, and just relax our palms on our laps. Gazing forward, heart chakras lifted. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale. We're going to work on the lower parts of our bodies here. We're going to start on our right side. We're going to take that right foot off the earth. Just lift that right leg up. Just lift it straight up from the earth and just notice how this feels. We have our tummies, our core muscles nice and tight as we lift that foot off the earth. So you'll feel your abdominal muscles engaging here. You'll also feel your quads, all of the muscles, the 4 muscles in your upper leg. You'll feel that working there. We're going to hold this for 3, 2. Exhale down on 1. Breathe in. Exhale. Relaxing those shoulders down away from the ears. Allowing that body to relax and soothe. If all feels well, we're going to work on that opposite leg. Extending that left leg off the earth. Foot comes off the earth. Straight up, left leg. We're working the quads. Tightening your abdominal muscles here. We are gaze forward. Heart chakras lifted. Chin is up. 4 breaths. 3, 2. Feeling feeling your abdominals and your quads working. 1. Exhale down. Let's come wide-legged. Legs are slightly hip distance apart, and we're going to just slightly hinge at the hips, just a little. We're going to keep your heart chakra lifted, chin is up. Taking a nice deep breath. Exhale. This is allowing the body to relax and soothe. 2 more breaths. Let's exhale back up. Let's breathe our legs back inward. Feet are flat on the earth. And we're going to do that right leg again. Taking that right foot off the earth. Feeling that left quads working here. We're going to come into cactus hands. So that right foot is off the earth. We're in our cactus hands. We're going to work our abdominals just a little deeper. We're going to start with that left elbow, opposite elbow, left elbow. We're going to breathe to that right knee. Feel that there? So it's a slight body twist. Twist that body. Now that left elbow does not have to connect to that right knee. Feel that? Yes. Now we can hold it here, or we can do each side at a time. But with the seniors, I like to do one side at a time. But if we are active and healthy, let's feel free to do one side and the other. But this is a senior fit, so that right knee's up, and that left elbow is going to turn towards that right knee, and we're going to twist that body. And we're going to hold this for 3, 2, 1. Hold it, feel the pause. Slightly twisting back forward, relaxing that right thigh. Breathing our palms downward on our laps or the sides of our bodies. Taking a nice deep breath. Exhale. And we may feel our body starting to warm up. Just taking a moment to check in with body. If all feels well, let's work on that opposite side. Taking that left foot off the earth. Working the quads. Tummies are nice and tight. We're going to come into cactus hands. We are gaze forward. We're going to breathe this right elbow now towards that left knee by slightly twisting, turning that body. Now keep in mind, that elbow does not have to connect to that knee. It could if you choose to, but it doesn't have to. We're doing our rotations here for 3, 2, 1. We're going to hold it. Don't come out of the pose just yet unless you need to for 3 more breaths. 2. Exhaling back to center, relaxing that left foot down. We're going to breathe our palms up in the air, feeling that nice deep stretch, interlacing the fingers, gazing up at the heavens. You'll feel your pelvic bone tilt forward, your chest, heart chakra lifts, chin is up. 3, 2, 1. Let's exhale back to center, straightening that back. The palms come at heart center. Relaxing the shoulders downward, away from the ears. Tummies are nice and tight. We're going to lift that left knee up off the earth. Left knee up off the earth. We're going to have that right elbow out. And let's do the right elbow to left knee, and then the left elbow to right knee. And just notice how this feels. We're going to do this for 5, 4, 3. Abdominals are nice and tight here. 2, 1. And we're going to find that pause. We're going to relax our palms on our laps. Let's come nice and wide-legged. Let's hinge at the hips. We can option to breathe our fingertips downward towards the earth or the yoga mat, or breathe our palms on that chair in front of us. Extend those arms forward and drop that head if we choose. Or we can keep our head up. And just take a moment to feel the stretch in your body. You'll feel it in your lumbar spine, your back, your arms, your lower back for 3 breaths. 2. Let's exhale up. We're going to breathe our legs inwards. We're going to start with that right leg. You're going to lift that right leg up and place it on that chair. Right leg on the chair. And once that right leg comes up on the chair, you will instantly feel that stretch behind your leg and your hamstring. Now we can do this from the floor as well, just sitting on the yoga mat and just breathe that leg forward. Now we only have one leg up at a time because we want to really hinge in on that stretch in the right hamstring. So right leg's on the chair and we're going to slightly hinge at the hips, leaning forward just a little. And with that little hinge, you'll feel that pull behind your legs and the hamstrings and the sciatica. So only hinging forward as much as your body comfortably allows you to do. Taking a nice breath. Exhale and just allow that body to lean over that right leg. Eyes are slightly gazed downward or closed. We're going to hold this for 6 breaths of silence. This stretch here is kind of like a restorative pose, a restorative stretch. So we're holding this for a little bit longer breaths than the other poses. 4 more breaths. 2 more breaths. We're going to take a nice deep breath and we're going to lift our bodies up. Both of the feet are flat on the earth. They're going to take a nice deep breath. Exhale. Breathe in the palms at heart center, slightly gazing the eyes down or closing the eyes. This is a moment to check in with self, noticing how we feel for 3 breaths. If all feels well, we're going to do the opposite side. Taking that left leg off the earth, placing that left leg straight on that chair. Again, we're going to just relax here in this pose, feeling that stretch. Optioning to slightly hinge forward. And with the slightest hinge, meaning leaning forward, you may feel that pull behind your leg and that left hamstring. So only hinging forward as much as the body comfortably allows you to hinge forward. Taking a nice breath. Exhale, and hinging, hovering that leg is an option. Eyes are gazed downward or closed. Six breaths of silence. Four more breaths. Two breaths. We're going to slightly lift our bodies up. Taking that left leg off the chair, placing that left foot flat on the earth. Palms are relaxed on our laps. We're going to come slightly wide-legged, breathing our feet a little bit further than hip distance apart. And we're going to slightly hinge, and we're going to do a couple of circular rotations here at our hips. So we're taking a moment to check in with our hip flexors, just noticing how we feel within the body. For 4, let's keep our tummy muscles nice and engaged as we are doing these hip circles. 2 more breaths. And we're going to find our pose at center as we rotate in the opposite direction. For 4 breaths. Being mindful to keep your abdominals tight. 2 more breaths. And we're going to find that pause at center. We are going to slightly push that body up. Let's place our palms on that chair in front of us. We're going to come nice and wide-legged here. Nice and wide-legged. We're going to stand that body up. We are using this chair for our support and for our balance. We are standing that body up, and we're going to just allow our torso to come downward towards the chair. See that there? So we're standing up. And we're gonna, yes, feel that torso come down. Now, when we come down, you feel that pull in your legs and your hamstrings. See that there? Feel that there? Now, we can option to have our forearms on the chair, and we can rock and sway that body from side to side. Feel that there? So noticing when we rock and sway that body, you'll feel that pull and that stretch behind your legs and your hamstrings. We're gonna sway the body nice and easy for 4 breaths. Now we can option to, if we don't need that chair, to breathe our hands downward towards the earth or our ankles and drop that head a little deeper. As we sway that body from side to side, we're more like a wide-legged ragdoll if we're not using the chair. 2 more breaths. We're going to find our pause at center coming up, and let's slightly walk our legs just a little closer together, and we're going to allow our buttocks to just come a little further away from the chair. Yes. And we're going to work on extending that right leg towards the back. Feel that there? So just, yes, take that right leg off the earth and feel that extension. Now we can point our toes how we do in our ballerina's foot if we choose. And we are gaze forward. Now, we can option to pulse that right leg up and down. Feel that there? And if we pulse, we can further engage that gluteus maximus, your buttocks. Now, pulsing is an option. We can just extend our leg and just hold it still. As we are gaze forward, our tummies are nice and tight. 5 breaths. 4. 3, 2, hold that pose, gaze forward, breathe in, exhale, relax that leg, feeling that stretch in the body. Let's slightly just breathe that buttocks away from the chair. See that there? Noticing how I'm just breathing that buttocks away? Yes. Feeling that pull. This is also a relaxing pose, a counter stretch for 2 breaths. Let's exhale and back forward. We're going to do that opposite leg. We're going to extend that left leg straight to the back. So just breathing that left leg to the back. Yes. Feeling that extension stretch. We are gaze forward. Tummies are nice and tight. Optioning to pulse that left leg to engage the gluteus maximus a little more. Pulsing is just an option. We can keep it still as we are pointing, flexing that foot like we do in our ballerinas. Holds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the pose. 2 more breaths. So bonus here. Take a nice breath. Exhale that leg nice and flat on the earth. Let's slightly push our buttocks towards the back of the room, feeling that stretch. Breathe in. And we're going to bend our knees slightly and come up to a standing position. We are in our Tadasana, our mountain pose, using our chair if we need to for balance. And we're going to pedal our feet, walking our legs side by side. Just taking a moment to check in with the lower parts of our bodies. And let's engage our shoulders here in this movement. Just lifting the shoulders, walking them to the back or to the front, whatever your body needs. Just having some fun and loosening up the body here. For 2 more breaths. Taking notice of how that feels. Now we're going to use this chair here for balance as we work on our tree pose. We're going to start with the right foot. So coming on the side of the chair where your right foot is away from the chair. And we're going to start by just coming on our tippy toes. Our right foot, just come up on the tippy toes and notice how that feels. And we can stay here and be in our tree pose in this position if we choose. Optioning to slightly turn that knee away from the body, away from the chair. See that there? Yes. And notice that when you open that leg up, turn that knee, you'll feel the inner thighs working a little more here. Now we can option to lift that foot off the earth just a little. Being mindful to keep that toes pointed in that ballerina's foot if that feels good. Now we can relax our right foot on the bottom's inner thigh if we feel good. Being mindful of the knee. We are holding on to our chair for balance, or we can take our palms off the chair, come into cactus hands, or breathing our palms up in the air, whatever feels good for you. We can also breathe that leg a little further up, taking that hand and lifting that leg up in their inner thigh and coming in that deeper tree. And this is a balancing pose. We're also working our legs, our inner thighs as well. Now there's many different options that we can be in. So find a pose that feels best for you as we work on balancing and soothing for 5 breaths. Three more breaths. Now we're going to hold this pose. We're not going to come out just yet. And with that right hand, we're just going to breathe it and just glaze that right hand up towards the fingers, towards the heavens, and gazing up at the fingertips. Just lifting that hand up to the side and allowing your eyes to follow your fingertips. So we're kind of just relaxing and soothing in our dancer's pose here. For 2 more breaths. Taking a nice breath, we're going to exhale out, placing that foot flat on the earth. We're going to take a nice deep breath as we pedal our feet from side to side. And we're going to pedal our bodies and walk to the opposite side of the chair. We're going to do that same technique on the opposite side, using the chair for balance if needed. If all feels well, we're going to start with that left foot, taking that left foot, and just come on those left tippy toes. And being mindful, we can stay here if that feels best for us. We can simply just take that left foot off the earth and be happy here. Or we can slightly pivot and turn that left foot and open up that hip here. And lift that left foot slightly off the earth, and you'll feel your inner thighs engaging here. Relaxing that foot on that thigh if that feels good, being mindful of the knee. Also breathing that leg up in our inner thigh if that feels best for us. We can come into our cactus hands or whatever feels best for us, being mindful to use that chair for balance. Heart chakra's lifted, chin is up. 5 breaths. Three breaths. Taking a nice deep breath. We're going to hold this pose, and we're going to extend that left arm out to the side. Fingertips flows up towards the heavens, and we're going to gaze up at our left fingertips. That chin is up, heart chakra is lifted. Maybe slightly gazing the eyes down or closing them for 3 more breaths. Breathe in. Exhale, slowly coming out of that pose, placing the feet flat on the earth as we walk our feet in our Tadasana mountain pose. Just giving our legs a little wiggle here. Optioning to move those shoulders in that walk. And if we feel up to it, we can walk in place. It's lifting the feet off the earth. And if we choose, we can do this for 10 breaths, working the cardio health. 8 breaths. 6. Now, some seniors may option to sit down in a chair and do that walk from the chair. So optioning, giving them the option to sit down in a chair and walk in the chair. 4 more breaths. Tummies are nice and tight. Feeling your heart going, feeling the cardio. Yes. 2 more breaths. And we're going to find that pause. Let's breathe our legs slightly apart. We're going to hinge at the hips, taking a nice deep breath. Exhale. And lifting our bodies back up. And we can option to use weights. Some of the senior fit classes, we have about 1 or 2, no more than 3-pound weights. We'll grab our weights. We'll put our weights in our hands and we'll come into cactus hands. We have our weights in our hands. We can option to not use any weights. You'll feel a burn with or without weights. We're in the cactus hands. Let's extend our arms up in the air with our weights in our hands or not. Coming back down to cactus. Lift those arms up. Chin is up. Heart chakra's lifted. Exhale back to cactus. Lift those arms up. Breathing back to cactus. Hold it for 2 breaths. Let's really open up those shoulders here. Taking a nice breath. Exhale to peekaboo, closing our arms in our cactus hands with our weights in our hands if we have them. Opening those arms, closing them, peekaboo. That tummy's nice and tight, heart chakra's lifted, chin is up. Opening those arms, back to cactus. Now, if we got weights in our hands, we will feel this a little more. Coming back to peekaboo, closing those arms. Exhale back to cactus. Now let's extend those arms up. And we're going to slightly just twist our palms forward. See that there? And then breathe our arms down. Lift those arms up. Breathe those arms down. And we're going to come into peekaboo and exhale down, relaxing those weights on our legs. Breathe in. Exhale. Relaxing those shoulders downward away from your ears. Using this time to grab a sip of water if that feels good. 3 breaths of silence. Two more breaths. We're going to grab our weights, coming back up to cactus hands. Then we're going to extend our arms out to the side like a T. Now, our palms could be up or our palms could be down or they could be forward. We have our weights in our hands and we can simply just stay here. We will feel the burn. We can option to do circles, forward or backwards. Or we can option to breathe those palms together nice and straight. See that there? And then extend them back. Now, this one hurts the most when you have weights in your hands. Breathing those arms forward, extending them out. Or we can do circular rotations with the weights in our hands. Let's do a couple and see which ones feels best in our bodies. We can option to rotate between all 3 for 8 breaths. 6 breaths. 4 breaths. 2 breaths. Let's come back to our cactus hands. And we're going to hold this cactus hands. Our elbows are up. And we're going to squeeze our back legs, breathing those arms towards the back, squeezing the back legs and the cactus hands. Heart chakra is lifted, chin is up. 3 breaths. Tummies are nice and tight. 2 more breaths. Let's exhale back forward. Let's place those weights on the earth. Coming back up to our seated pose. Let's take a moment to hug ourselves, breathing our hands out and hugging ourselves, hugging our shoulders. And in this hug, let's do a couple of shoulder shrugs. And you'll notice we are comforting, we're snuggling our bodies as well as soothing the muscles we just worked. 3, 2, 1. Let's exhale out. Breathing our palms to the side, up in the air. Gazing up at our fingertips. Exhale back, heart center. Relaxing our palms on our laps. And we're going to extend that left leg forward. And we're going to point that toe forward. Optioning to do a couple of rotations at our ankles here. We're working the lower parts of our bodies, our calves, as well as our ankle muscles. Tummies are nice and tight. For 3, 2, 1. Finding that pause, relaxing that foot on the earth as we extend that opposite leg forward, pointing that toe and that pointer flex. And we're going to rotate our feet at our ankles. Just giving our ankles a little love and affection for 3, 2, 1. Exhaling out. Placing that feet flat on the earth. Let's come nice and wide-legged. Let's breathe that chair in front of us. And we're going to hinge at the hips, allowing our arms or our palms to relax on the chair. Extending our arms in front of us on that chair if that feels good. And we can even allow our forehead to relax on the chair. We can keep that chin up if we choose. We are feeling a stretch. We are allowing the body to relax and soothe. We are working the hip flexors here. Our eyes are gazed downward and closed. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Feeling your shoulder blades melt forward. For 8 breaths of silence, this is our final pose for the day. Forward inward. Four more breaths. Two breaths. We're going to slightly just rock that body from side to side, noticing how that feels, just wakening up that body. Slightly pushing our bodies up, nice and easy, until we find our bodies back in our seated pose. Let's breathe those legs together. Pelvic bone is tilted forward. Their heart chakra, chest is lifted, chin is up. We are in our seated pose. We're going to take this right arm and breathe it over the backs of that chair. And we're going to cross this left leg over that right leg. And we're going to breathe this left hand to the right side of that chair and gaze over that right shoulder. We are in that seated twist, final twist of the day, with those eyes gazed down and closed. 4 breaths. As we slowly exhale back to center, uncrossing that leg, taking that right arm from behind that chair. Breathe in, exhale. As we take this left arm, just relax it over the backs of that chair. We're going to cross this right leg over that left. We're going to bring this right hand to the left side of that body, to that left side of the chair, as we gaze, twisting that body, gazing over that left shoulder. Allowing those eyes to gaze down and close. 4 breaths. Mhm. 2 more breaths. Taking a nice breath. Exhale. Let's uncross that right leg. Let's untwist that body from over that chair. Breathing our palms at heart center. Backs are nice and elongated as we use this time to thank ourselves for allowing ourselves to practice self-care and also practicing how to teach senior fit class. It truly, truly is a pleasure to be here with you guys here today and to teach and just show you and learn from you as well. The light in me sees, appreciates, and respects the light in you all. Namaste.